Welcome to Now Go Lead, the podcast where we help you level up your leadership in just 5 minutes. Each episode, we provide inspiring stories and actionable insights to help you lead with confidence and clarity. Whether you're a seasoned leader or just starting out, our goal is to give you the tools and motivation to level up your leadership game.
Hello and welcome back to Now Go Lead. How important is commitment? You'll need a good plan if you want to be successful in leading others. In fact, you'll need one good plan after another to keep things moving forward. But a plan is just an idea unless you take the necessary steps to see it through. I've met with countless small business leaders over the years, and they all seem to have a plan for growing their business or fixing their leadership problems. It's stunning to me and all too common that most of these same people never seem to make progress. They simply don't execute. They let the fires of the day and the ravages of time eat away the best of their years. They convince themselves that there will be a day ahead when they will finally have time to focus on the big things. And that day rarely comes until there's no time left to do anything but watch the world they've built unravel while they wonder how it all came to this. Consequences of that kind of inaction can be far greater than most leaders ever imagine. In 1965, Hurricane Betsy brought previously unseen destruction to parts of Florida and Louisiana. So much so that in the aftermath of the destruction, the government created the Flood Act of 1965 to set aside funds to prevent another similar disaster. The Army Corps of Engineers was tasked with developing a plan to make the necessary improvements to the existing flood walls. Things progressed slowly, as no one could seem to figure out which flood models to use as a basis of design. The newly formed National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, had warned the Corps that the current standard flood models needed to be updated to reflect modern weather technology. The NOAA data was ultimately rejected because the Corps was more comfortable with historical modeling methods. So over the next 4 decades, the Corps failed to complete a project that was only supposed to take 13 years. During that time, hard decisions were deferred from one leader to the next. Millions of taxpayer dollars were wasted on decades of meetings and reviews. By 2005, the project was still only 70% completed, and the work was based on woefully outdated flood models from the 1950s. When Hurricane Katrina hit in August that year, the result was an unmitigated disaster. It nearly ruined the city of New Orleans and cost the lives of hundreds of people. In the aftermath, the Corps was rightfully blamed for the catastrophe. This lesson's not complicated. When leaders defer hard decisions, protect comfortable processes, and mistake activity for progress, real people pay the price. The Army Corps didn't fail because of a hurricane. They failed because of decades of small leadership failures that no one was willing to own. In retrospect, it could be argued that the plan was not good enough to begin with. However, there seems to be no excuse that the project was nowhere near completion after 40 years of bad leadership and low accountability. It's easy for us to sit on the sidelines and clearly point out all the failures when things like this happen. Unfortunately, too many leaders are setting others up for the same kind of failure because of the same lack of execution. The excuses are mile high, and most groups just aren't ready for the waves that are headed their way. Today, I want to encourage you to move beyond your good or even mediocre plans and start doing the things that no one else is willing to do. It'll be hard work, and you'll encounter problems along the way. But until you stop making excuses for your inaction, you're only a bad day away from a disaster that you might not recover from. So take 5 minutes and think about this. Where am I deferring hard decisions that I know need to be made right now? What excuses am I hiding behind that are keeping me from doing the hard things I already know need to be done? It's time to now go lead.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Now Go Lead. Join us next week as we cover a brand new leadership topic and help you level up your leadership in just 5 minutes. For more resources, tips, and inspiration, visit our website at nowgolead.com. You can also connect with us on Instagram at nowgolead and on LinkedIn. We would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more leaders like you. Also, don't forget to share this podcast with your colleagues and friends who are on their own leadership journey. Now Go Lead is produced by HP Engineering Studios in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. Now go lead.